All right, and we are live. How's it
Hello.
going, everybody? Welcome to Cafe LeBlanc podcast number 38 with Gnarly. How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Long day, right?
This is actually my second sort of live podcast today because I did a panel for PersonaCon a little earlier.
Oh, really? Okay, Persona
Yeah,
Con. What is that?
it's like an online convention. I think this is like the third year they've been doing it.
Oh, interesting.
And then they just asked me, "Hey, you want to do a panel?" I was like, "Sure, why not?"
So you already did through this, and that was today, or when was this?
Yeah, it was like 3 hours ago.
Oh, dang! So you already talked out over.
Yeah,
Uh, all right, so don't worry. We'll go through this. Again, like I mentioned before, I don't expect this to be like a long podcast or anything. Expect it to be maybe about an hour, just talking about the news and your opinions and everything. So yeah, let's just kind of jump into it here. Well, today there was the Xbox conference, and to a lot of people's surprises, we got the announcement for Persona 3, 4, and 5 Royal as Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and PC. Um,
hmm
that was a really interesting announcement. I think it got leaked earlier on, right? Did you see somebody tweeted out about it or something like that?
Well, I didn't see the leaks myself. I just saw a couple people talking about it, but I don't really take leaks seriously. But I guess this is a case where it turned out to be true.
Yeah, that's where I feel conflicted about like giving credit to people, because I'm like, we've been talking about this Xbox, like these games coming to Xbox for the longest time. Like, I made a video last year, which people keep talking, they keep commenting on it. Well, guess what happened? I'm like, well, I'm aware that it happened. For a year
Yeah,
ago, like nobody expected that. So I keep getting comments on like my old videos. I think like there's like 3 or 4 videos, and people will kill like, well, this aged poorly. I'm like, wow, okay, you don't need to like shower on my face, okay?
yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I don't think a lot of people really expected it to like the way that it happened. I think it was like really all sudden. But in and of itself, what do you think about the announcement? Like, do you like it? Do you not? I don't know.
I mean, I like it. I'm excited to see these games on PC, specifically Royal, because I just want to see somebody make a hard type mod for that, and also the other mods that people are going to make for that. But
Right.
I've had some time to think about it, and my hype has calmed down. I am kind of disappointed that it's only the last 3 games and not the first 3.
Yeah, when they first leaked this, my first thought was like, wait, why is it not just like the whole the whole Persona series? Like
Exactly.
there's absolutely no reason like why will it just not be, unless maybe like Xbox was had a contract for Atlus and it was like, look, we don't care about the other games. We just did this 3 or something like that, which I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna assume that's what happened. But then if you look at the other Sega series, which this what happened to this with Yakuza, they started with 7 and then they went back and slowly added the other games like later on.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of people that are like upset about Persona 1 and 2 can like should hold off on that. Maybe that's the next announcement later on.
Well,
Uh,
that's what I'm hoping. I
yeah,
mean, they're starting with Royal, so I imagine they're gonna go in reverse order, and then hopefully, like once they're done with Portable, then they'll go and do Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment and Persona 1.
yeah. I think that'll be the ideal way. Like they announced 3 and then later on they announced the other 3. That will make sense to me. Like, at least from like even like a perspective of like Xbox just having like the whole all games. I think it will
Yeah.
help them so much more as far as like getting new fans and everything. Although I'm pretty interested as far as like what the pricing is gonna be for these games too, because they didn't comment any pricings or anything. They just kind of, we know it's on Xbox Game Pass, but not everyone likes Xbox Game Pass, um,
Right.
and the subscription model isn't for everyone. I know that. Would you think they will have like a physical edition of the games?
Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe for I can't see them doing one for Persona 3 and 4, but maybe Royal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that out of the three, I think Persona 5 Royal on Xbox with like an Xbox case and everything, that will make sense. Maybe if they did, you know how they did the Persona dancing games, where the other one was just literally like a code for a download. I
Yeah,
could see them doing like a 3-pack for all three games, but literally only Persona 5 Royal is physical, and then the other two are just like download codes.
yeah, or they just release it as a collection, like the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, something like that will make sense too. It'll be interesting to see. If they actually end up doing a physical, I may even go buy an Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I
although,
actually
yeah,
earlier this year, I actually got an Xbox off of a friend for like $100. It's a launch Xbox One, but I mean it still works fine.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, I will buy one. Although I had an Xbox One, but I sold it because I had like no like, no offense to any Xbox sales, so like I literally just had no games to play on it. So like,
You got Halo 5 and I think Forza 5, and I think that's like
yeah,
those are like all
Forza.
the retail exclusives for
Yeah,
Xbox
that's the
One.
games that I played, the Forza games. But they now have a PC, so I'm kind of like, I don't really need an Xbox, but I like the idea of like having physical games on. Like I like collectibles and I like collecting games, having
Yeah.
them physically. So to me, I feel like that's like the ideal situation and everything. Um, a lot of people seem to be disappointed with Persona 3 being portable. Uh,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, okay, I'm one of those people, according to them, I'm one of those weirdos that thinks Persona 3 Portable is the better version. But I can also kind of understand where they're coming from, because, like, I think what they should have done was they should have, like, made a new version of Persona 3 that combines the features of FES and Portable. Like, it keeps the three environments, but it still has the answer and it has the female protagonist and all that.
You
Because
know,
like
yeah,
with the whole 2D overworld and stuff like that, like I don't mind that. That's actually how I prefer it, but I can also understand why, like, if you got your new fancy Xbox Series X, or your like or your like 8K supporting 144 FPS monitor on your high-end gaming PC, and then you're playing Persona 3 and you're just like you're playing what's basically a gimped version of it so that it can work on the PSP.
yeah. I don't know. A lot of people were talking a long time ago about like a combination, mod, not a mod really, but a combination between Persona 3 Portable and 3 Fest, and I was like, Atlas is never gonna do that. That requires a lot of work. uh,
Yeah.
and to me, I'm just like, I don't know if they're willing to put that effort. Now, personally, I don't really care which version of the game it is. I know I have my most viewed video is a video discussing between Persona 3 Fest and Persona 3 Portable, and personally, I just feel like there are pros and cons to each one of them. Like I personally like if you play Persona 3 Fest, it's not the best looking game, like in the series, and there are people that don't like having like no way to have party support, or like where you're just playing just your protagonist and some other things. I'm like, I don't really mind too much. Like I played both versions enough to not really like mind anymore. The only difference will be like having the answer, and the answer is it's good. Like I like the answer. Or, that may
Yeah.
be controversial itself. I don't know.
Well, I
uh,
know a lot of people don't like the answer, but like if you hate the answer, then just don't play it.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
nobody's forcing you to play it. Someone left a
right.
comment on my like Orpheus only video. The answer. Someone left a comment saying, "I consider not having the answer to be another one of Portable's, like to be another plus for Portable."
That makes no
And
sense.
well,
Especially because they went out of their way in Portable to do something like have like get dungeons from the answer in the like in the game.
yeah.
So
Well, I heard it was a disk space issue, but I know like with how much memory Persona 3 Portable takes up, like there's still. I mean, I'm not a programmer or anything, but I know like there's still plenty of memory left on the UMD disk. So I don't know, maybe it was just a thing where they just didn't have time or something like that. But it's like I said, I mean, if you don't like the answer, then you don't, like, nobody's forcing you to play it. But I think that it should be there so that you have that option.
Yeah. I think that's acceptable. Now, to me, Persona 3 Portable makes sense to port it because they have already acknowledged female protagonist from Persona 3. Like they have her in the artwork, and like if they ported Persona 3 Fest, they will still have people upset that they didn't do portable.
Right.
That's just how I feel. Like there's no ways to please everybody. Somebody will be upset about it either way.
Yeah, well, I think the only way they could have pleased everybody is if they did take my suggestion and did the thing where they like combine the two. But again, like you said, that's probably too much effort for them.
Yeah, I just think like it's just like too much work for them. To me, what I'm thinking is Xbox approached them maybe like a year or two about this, and I feel like there's a reason why they haven't announced this so far. Like maybe Persona 4 Golden just sold so well, and Xbox was like, we need to get all of those games on Xbox. It just makes sense. A lot of people kept replying on my videos that there was some PlayStation deal, so I guess I guess there's no more deal. I don't know. Do you think this will impact Persona 6 as being like a multi-platform game?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I think Persona 6 is going to be multi-platform. I mean, because this isn't even the first like Megaton game on Xbox. Like, not obviously not counting Shin Megami Tensei 9, Soul Hackers 2.
Yeah.
From the moment they showed that trailer, it was already planned to be on Xbox.
Right. Soul Hackers, and we'll see how Soul Hackers do. Because it isn't getting the same reception I guess a lot of people would like to see on that game. I personally am excited for Soul Hackers. I just feel like there's not enough like advertisement from like the West to really sell that game on Xbox or anything. But I don't know. I guess that's for them to figure that.
Right.
Yeah. To me, I just feel like I'm excited, but these three games, I don't know if it really even killed any hype for, because they're so close to each other, right? Soul Hackers comes out in August.
Yeah, it comes out. Yeah, it comes out in August, and then Royal comes out in October.
And
so
Royal
that's like
comes
a 2-month gap.
Yeah. And then I already had people commenting and asking me, "Well, should I cancel my pre-order for Soul Hackers for Royal?" I'm like, first of all, don't ask me for your financial decisions. I will say buy all of them, but obviously people don't have the money for that. But also, you don't have to buy Royal. You can get the Xbox Game Pass thing. It's like $1 for 3 months.
Yeah,
that sounds like an advertisement. I'm sorry.
And well, I mean,
it's good.
And even if you don't have the trial, it's like, I mean, $15, you could just get your subscription, then immediately cancel it and just play it. I mean, it probably shouldn't take you more than a month to beat it.
Yeah.
But then again, that's me. I mean, I think Persona 5, it took me like 2 months my first time when I beat it.
Right. Yeah, I think I just grinded to it. Persona 5, I think it took me like a month and a half, maybe 2 months too. So I don't know, that's us. There's people that I have one of my friends that still hasn't finished Persona 5 Royal, and he'll play like 20-30 minutes per day. I'm like, or like per week. So I'm like, he's never gonna finish the game.
Yeah.
By the way, a lot of people were thinking that this was not the Persona 5 the Persona 25th anniversary announcement. It is. Just now, they just posted a video about it. So
yeah.
Some people commented. I was like, oh my god, imagine this, and what is gonna be the announcement for this month? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is the announcement. So yeah, Atlus just posted the Japanese announcement for us. So that is the announcement. So don't expect anything else from that.
Yeah, at least not for the rest of the month.
Yeah, at least not for this month. Now I'm just curious to when the next announcement is gonna be, because they typically will give us the date at the end of all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of the 25th anniversary now that they announced this thing?
I mean, I think it's a lot better, and I'm hoping that the last announcement we get is Persona 6.
Yeah, that's mine too. I'm like, if you're gonna announce a game, I'm really hoping the next one is Persona 6. In fact, on my reaction video, seeing how close Persona 5 Royal is to the concert, I do have a feeling that that's gonna be the next game announcement. So, I don't know. I try to keep away from like being super hyped about these announcement stuff and everything, because this first few announcements for this Persona 25th wasn't super good, and I talked about this extensively here, but there's good stuff and there's some stuff that I'm like, man, I feel like people so angry about like and even people were angry about the concert though. Don't be angry about the concert. The concert's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could always get an announcement during the concert too.
Yeah. That would be good if they did Persona 6. That's really just what I'm hoping for. I know a lot of people are happy for the ports and everything, and I'm too. But I don't know. I know you have replayed the games as many times as I have. I've seen your videos, so I'm personally not dying to play any of these games anytime soon again.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably get them on like. I mean, even though I have an Xbox, I don't see myself actually getting them on Xbox. I'm probably going to get them on PC, though. But I'm not actually going to play them until someone releases, like, a hard type mod or just something.
Yes, it's going to be, like, some life of quality, like, mod that they do.
Yeah, but another thing I'm kind of hoping is that they add the ability to, like, manually adjust your difficulty, which is something Persona 4... I mean, the Vita version of Persona 4 Golden had it, but in the PC version, it was unlocked from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Where you could adjust the amount of money you get, the amount of experience you get, and basically what I would do is I would make everything like it is on I basically turn everything all the way down and turn the difficulty all the way up.
Yeah. So as far as the Persona 3, 4, 5, do you think we're gonna get like a Switch version or like a PlayStation version or anything like that?
I mean, okay, a PlayStation version, maybe. I don't think we're gonna get a Switch version. Because, because the thing is, it's like, would it even really be worth it at this point? I mean, a lot of people seem to forget that the Switch is 5 years old, and it's also like, in terms of hardware, it's kind of becoming outdated.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm sure they can run Persona 3 and Persona 4 Golden. I don't know about Persona 5 Royal though.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, do they even need to at this point? Because I don't know about Persona 5 Royal, but at least with the case of Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3, like, those games are really not demanding. I mean, my Persona 3, Orpheus only video, I was still using my cheap notebook that I got in high school when I made that, when I made that video. So, I mean, if that old computer doesn't have a problem running Persona 3 Portable, I don't see any reason why, any computer that's capable of running Windows 10 or later is incapable of running Persona 3 Portable. If it's running natively, anyway.
Right, yeah, I think two things. One, I don't think they're gonna come out on Switch or PlayStation soon. I think they must have paid for an exclusivity deal for either 6 months or a year.
Yeah,
because that's what they did with Yakuza Like a Dragon. They paid exclusivity deal for Xbox for 6 months, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, I also think that if they did port Golden and Portable to the Nintendo Switch, that would make everyone think that we're also going to get Royal on the Switch.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm not 100% sure if Royal actually can run on the Switch. I mean, regular Persona 3 probably can, given the right optimization, but Portable, that's a PS4 exclusive. Well, it was a PS4 exclusive, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also considering things like what if they do a Switch 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna call it, but I do if Nintendo does announce a next gen system sometime soon, which I honestly think they should. I don't know if they will though, but if that happens, I could realistically see these games coming to that, including Royal.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think it could run. I think real cool work on Switch, but I think there's so many logistics behind it. Because I think a lot of people are like, well, like they should have just announced everything all at once. Release all the games all at once, or like all other things. And I'm like, there's a lot of logistics behind like the business decisions that they make. That is sometimes is not as simple as just like releasing things. There's like contracts, and I'm sure they have like things that they have to follow through with and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it makes sense if they released it everywhere. But again, if they already took Microsoft money, it's gonna be a minute before we get them everywhere else.
Well, I mean, do you think Royal coming out this year is gonna cannibalize the sales for Soul Hackers 2?
Yeah, to an extent. I think there are some people that if you only have certain amount of money, like forget about Game Pass. Somebody has a certain amount of money, and they're like, okay, well, I could buy Persona 5 Royal for like $40 or $20. I'm expecting it's gonna be between 20 and 40. I don't think it's gonna be full 60. But then again, they did sell Nocturne at 60, right? Or like $50.
No, they sold it at 50.
Yeah.
But
So
then if you want to get Dante, it's 60.
yeah. So technically it was $50, but with the DLC for Dante and all that, $60. So I don't know if they do like they will do something like $40 and then $20 for the DLC or something like that, and you get all the DLC for the game. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think coming to coming to Xbox Game Pass means none of the DLC is gonna come for free.
Right.
Because that's how they get their money, right? From all that and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I'm hoping that Soul Hackers 2 will also be on Game Pass.
Yeah, me too. It would be cool if it was. Because I know there's a lot more doubt about Soul Hackers as far as like, because that game, really, if you look at Soul Hackers 1 and Soul Hackers 2, there's like so much of a difference that people are not even sure, like, what is this game gonna be like? Because trailers can only give you so much, and not everyone is satisfied with what they've seen about Soul Hackers, so.
Right.
I really want the game to do good. I personally like what it looks like to be a good game. But then again, I liked Shin Megami Tensei 5, but I also was very wrong as far as like what I wanted to for SMT 5. It did disappoint me in some aspects, although I still like the game and everything. So,
right.
I don't know. I just feel conflicted about like what's gonna be like or whatever. I don't know. But I hope it sells well enough. But that's a good question. I don't know if it's gonna affect the sales or not. I expect maybe a little bit. I think there are some people that are gonna be like, oh, I just want to play Persona, and now I can actually play Persona because it's gonna be on Xbox.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember, but Persona 5 in Japan came out around the same time SMT4 Apocalypse did in North America, and I remember like nobody was talking about Apocalypse at the time.
Yeah, he did. You're right. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, that was crazy, because everybody was on that's a lot. That's a long back now, a long time ago now. But yeah, that game, I kept seeing it on sale too. Like it was on sale for such a long time, because it just wasn't. It didn't get the. Now you see it for very expensive money. I actually didn't even buy it myself until later. I have a Demicro for a $5 donation. Says it can probably run on Switch. It will need optimization and more work to port Persona 3 portable. Probably is pretty easy. Persona 4 Golden will take more effort. I don't know. Persona 4 Golden still, I feel like it will run just fine.
Well,
Persona
yeah, I mean,
5,
what are the
what
are the required specs for Persona 4 Golden? I'm gonna look that up.
I mean, it can probably run comfortably in I don't know. I have a pretty good computer, so like I never have to look at the specs for like that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a laptop, so...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to Steam, the minimum requirements are an Intel Core 2 Duo E8400, 2 gigabytes of RAM, an NVIDIA GTS 450 for the graphics card. So
Yeah.
And for the processor, it's an Intel Core i5 650. So I mean, even if you got like a cheap, oh wait, that's recommended. But I mean, even if you've got like a cheap office laptop, you could still probably run it.
Yeah, I think so. It will make sense. I think Persona 4 Golden's fine. What will take a lot more effort will be Persona 5 Royal. I just feel like that will be up to them to like have a team dedicated to like do it right, and that's where I'm like, I don't know if I want to let Atlus run that show, because as far as optimization go, their games haven't been super optimized on, at least on PC. Persona 5 was that no Persona 4 Arena, for example, was really bad on PC and release. Did you play it on PC?
You mean Strikers?
Yeah, Strikers, yeah.
Yeah, I played it on P. I honestly don't remember having that much of a problem, but then again, it has been like a year since I played it.
Yeah, so
And also, like, I remember a lot of people complaining about Persona 4 Golden crashing on PC. I never experienced that.
really, I had a lot of those. Actually, like, I remember I was doing the last dungeon in the game, and I was like, no, I have to finish tonight. I have to finish tonight, and the game kept crashing on me, and like I did the dungeon like twice, because because there's no saving spots in between like one and the other. Like you either go through the entire dungeon, or you go back to the beginning. And I was so annoyed about it. I was like, yeah, no, I had a lot of issues on for Persona 4 Golden. I don't know why. And I never run these games on 4K or anything. Like, I'm like, okay, we're gonna run them on like medium settings, just so they work and everything. I don't know. Maybe I was one of the unlucky ones, but I don't know if they patched that up or anything.
I mean, the worst issue I ever experienced was lag during the FMV cutscenes, but I never experienced any crashing. But I don't know. Every PC is different.
Yeah, every PC is different, and situations are very different from game to game and everything. I'm actually really excited for these games, because I literally just bought a Steam Deck maybe like a week ago, so I'm like super excited to like check that out on Steam Deck, and hopefully that'll be like the ultimate experience. I think, having all three games like portably and everything.
The thing is, we don't know if it's coming to Steam yet, though. We know it's coming to the Microsoft Store.
There's ways to get the Xbox games on the Steam now, so
okay.
yeah, so that's like kind of like why I'm not like worried about it. So yeah, we'll see. A lot of people have been commenting about the like you said with Steam and everything. I'm curious. Like people keep asking about it. I don't think it's gonna be on Steam. I think they paid for that. Xbox paid for that exclusivity, and they want exclusivity for just on Xbox Microsoft Store. I don't know what it's called, the PC Xbox Store.
I think it's just the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, I don't know. I only go to the Game Pass section.
Yeah,
I just go play some game for like an hour. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
And the listings haven't appeared on the Xbox Store either. Apparently, if you go to the Xbox Store and you search Persona, the first thing that comes up is Yik.
Oh, really? I searched earlier, and I saw. Let's see what I saw. Soul Hackers. Yeah, I went to the Microsoft Store and I searched Persona, and I saw Soul Hackers too.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, although it's not on the Steam. Not on Steam. I'm sorry. Not on the Game Pass. They haven't confirmed Game Pass, right, for that?
No, they haven't.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully they'll do it at some point here. I don't know. Will there be any other ports that you would like to see from them now that they have released the big ones?
Well, I mean, I already talked about how I want to see the first three Persona games: Persona 1, Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment. But I also think, actually, trying to think of what else. Well, I mean, it's hard. It's kind of hard because like most of the other stuff I could just emulate, like Devil Survivor. Okay, actually, no. I can't believe I forgot about this. Shin Megami Tensei 5, that needs a PC port.
Oh yeah, that will be really good.
Like that, okay, like the thing is, like the thing about like I love Shin Megami Tensei 5, but that game does not run well on the Switch. It just really seems to hate the fact that it's exclusive to the Switch.
It really does. Like that's one of those games that is really a shame because it's running on Unreal Engine, which is a beautiful engine, and like all the graphics on that thing, like when it looks good, it looks really good. But I don't know. There's no SMT 5 PC port. Somebody said that they thought there was a PC port. There's a rumor about it from the Nvidia leak.
There's a rumor about everything coming to PC. I mean, there's been rumors about Bloodborne on PC ever since it came out, but it still hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. But there is no confirmation of an SMT5 PC port. Although I feel like if there was one game that needs it on PC, I think that's also SMT5, because it does need that. It needs to be in HD 4K or like that's why you can emulate the game on PC, but it's not the same thing. I don't feel comfortable emulating Switch games. Like I emulate everything, but Switch games, because they're so recent, I'm like I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, and another thing is like you also need a pretty beefy computer to run Switch games at all.
I think the newest thing that I have been able to emulate on the computer was the PlayStation 3 games. And I think I tried to do Persona 5 or something. I wanted to see something on the. There's a bunch of mods and a bunch of stuff that they've done for the emulated for that game. So I was just curious about it, so I had to check it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't emulate games that I don't own, like SMT. Like I haven't emulated SMT5, but if I did, like I own that game. But back to what I was saying is like, like I'm afraid. What I'm afraid is what's happening with SMT5 is that like Nintendo is like paying Atlus to basically keep it hostage on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, you know what? That will make sense. Maybe that's what's gonna happen, because they did publish the game also on Europe, so maybe they also had an exclusivity deal. I just hate that Atlus never outright says that they're exclusive games or like they paid for exclusivity, like other companies mention stuff like that. Like I'm sure Xbox was just like, oh, this is an exclusive thing, Xbox exclusive or whatever.
Well, and also like Sony, I mean, they have exclusives too, but they've been porting more of their exclusives to PC. Like Spider-Man just got an announcement for PC, and then earlier this year we had God of War come to PC, and before that there was Horizon Zero Dawn, which came to PC. I think I think out of all the Sony exclusives that should come to PC besides Bloodborne, I think they need to put the Killzone and the Resistance series on PC. But I'm getting a little sidetracked there.
No, I agree with you. Even PlayStation, like you said, are seeing like the importance of having those games on PC. They're selling so well. That's what it is. Like, just the PC market is a market that they haven't really explored. Too much. And now just seeing like Nintendo's gonna go next. I'm sure Nintendo is gonna just go and start selling on PC. Yeah. Even if they don't do multiplat, it's just.
Yeah, well, I mean, Daemon X Machina did come to PC, so.
You did?
Yeah.
I think I saw that game, and I never played it. It's a mech game, right?
Right. It was pretty popular on the Switch, and then like a few months later, it got ported to PC. I just remembered it because a couple months ago, I got it for free on the Epic Store.
Interesting. Yeah, I seen it. I don't know much about it, but I know it's a mech game, and it was popular, like you said.
Yeah, and it was like published by Nintendo on the Switch.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm looking at the comments for that Twitter post that they did on Persona, and just the Japanese people are just asking for PlayStation 4 or Switch ports. I feel bad. I feel bad because I know everybody wants their games on like their preferred console and everything.
Yeah, well, I think Well, I mean, I think the reason these games need to come to PC more than anything is for preservation reasons. Because, like, with PC games, I mean, like, backwards compatibility isn't really an issue on PC because, like, games made for, you know, like Windows XP and Windows Vista can run on Windows 10 and 11 just fine. But if I wanted to play a PS2, like, let's say I wanted to play Rido, I need to either get the PS2 version, play it on a PS2 hooked up to a CRT, or get the PS3 and get the digital version of that, which
don't run well.
Yeah,
those games do not run well.
Like, I'd rather just be able to play. Well, okay, what I'd like is for Sony to just make these consoles completely backwards compatible with every PlayStation system, so I don't need to have like 5 PlayStations sitting under my TV. But I can, like, all these games, like, I can just download them on my PC and just play them, like, no matter how old they are. Like, sometimes you may have an issue, like, running a game, but usually it can be fixed if you run it in compatibility mode, and oftentimes, even if that doesn't work, oftentimes there are mods to get it to run on newer operating systems.
Yeah, you know what I just realized? Jonathan the Fox just commented, just PlayStation, RIP. PlayStation Plus Premium in general. Well, think about it. Now, I just realized, they used to have Persona in the PlayStation Plus thing. You could get it there, and they removed it.
Oh, really? You mean...
Yeah.
Are you talking about Strikers?
No, Persona 5. Persona 5 was just a game that if you bought the PlayStation 5, you could get Persona 5 for free if you were a PlayStation Plus member.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. And they also removed it from the PlayStation, the other service that they had, like a streaming service, kind of like
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, PlayStation Now. So I now that I read that comment, I'm like, I don't think Persona 3, 4, and 5 are gonna come to Persona 3 and 4 are gonna come to PlayStation.
Watch Persona 6 be a Microsoft exclusive.
Dude, I'm gonna have to. I truly will have to go buy an Xbox then.
Yeah.
Because I bought a Switch for SMT 5. I don't regret my purchase, but that was like as soon as they announced it.
I feel so bad for anyone that bought a PS5 for Persona 6.
Yeah, I did. That was my reasoning for the PS5. I was like, well, Persona 6 gotta come on PS5.
The more announcements Microsoft makes, the happier I am that I haven't spent money on a PS5 yet.
And you know what? And now comparing both of the PlayStation State of Play and the Xbox, I don't forget what it's called. The Xbox conference, I'm gonna call it. Comparing these two, there was a very different quality on games. I think, not to say that the PlayStation announcements were bad, because I am excited for like Resident Evil and other stuff, but the Xbox conference just had a lot of games.
Yeah.
It just had a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm like thinking. I'm like, man, like maybe buying an Xbox, but I don't know. I don't need it. I have my PC, but I prefer console over PC, even if I have a good PC. It's just the sitting down and playing the games on your TV is very comfortable.
Well, I mean, for me, I just rather game on my PC because, well, one, it's a laptop, which means I can take it wherever I want. But also because, I do a lot of work on my PC, so, if I want to take a break, I could just stop what I'm doing and just open up a game. I'd rather just do that, rather than have to, rather than my, gaming space be strictly limited to my TV. But then again, that's just my opinion. I understand why people would rather game on a console, because for some of them, it's like they work at an office for 8 hours a day, and then they want to come home. They just want to play on their TV.
Yeah, that's literally me, because I do work in an office, and I'm sitting on my desk all the time and working and stuff. So when I'm home, I don't want to sit on my desk and play games, because I just sat there for 8 hours. So,
yeah.
So I don't know. There's pros and cons to everything, and obviously you cannot expect everyone to just go buy a PC or an Xbox for Persona, but I am actually shocked of how many people's reaction is oh, I gotta buy an Xbox now. I see so many Persona fans commenting that, and I'm like, are you serious? Or
Well, I mean, to the people saying they want to get it on Xbox, like, I mean, it's not just coming to Series X; it's coming to Xbox One too, and you could probably get an Xbox One like secondhand, like I did, for under $200 easily.
Yeah, although you can get this Xbox Series S, which is not as strong as the X, but a little bit cheaper too. I think it's like $300.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. But I think
I saw one at a pawn shop a couple weeks ago for $250.
Oh, okay. Look, that's not bad. That'll
be. They're a lot easier to get than PS5s. Put it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting. What do you think the next announcement is gonna be? Like the next Persona 25th?
If I had to guess, it's probably just going to be more merch, or I don't know, maybe the second season of the anime.
Oh yeah, just like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think so too. I don't expect. I mentioned that in my video that I had for just guessing what's gonna be the next thing, and I said for this month I felt like it will either just be like merch or a port for a game, which I was right, because it's 3 ports, right? But other than that, I didn't see them like announcing any new games or anything like that, and I don't really think they're gonna announce any other games until like by the very end. I feel that they're gonna hold off that, but I don't know.
If they do announce more games, it's probably just gonna be ports. Like I can maybe see like maybe a physical version of Dancing All Night for PS4, or like I don't know, Persona Q2, though I don't really know how they're going to make that work without the touchscreen anyway.
Yeah, that will make that will take so much more work. And I feel like maybe I don't give enough credit to Atlus, but I don't think they wouldn't be willing to like put that much amount of work into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cloud is right, says it's going to be hard to top this announcement. You know what? I think this is a good announcement, but it's also, again, the same thing. Also, people could be looking at that. Maybe the next announcement is just kind of crap, and then people are going to get really mad about it. I don't know. Yeah. It's really hard to get people happy. Just looking at the comments from like the last videos and everything, people just get mad about like maybe they wanted Persona Fest or like some other thing. It's just kind of interesting to see them like upset. I'm like, you already got a game. Like, it's just, like, I know it may not be on Switch or PlayStation, but this beats the festival, the Sakura festival they did.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst announcement, I think, because that one was leaked earlier, like earlier on. And I just felt like I knew people were like super excited, waiting for stuff and everything. And then it turns out to be just the one thing that we already knew about, which was the festival. So I get it.
Yeah, like what I would like the next announcement to be is more ports for the first 3 games. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That will be like peak announcement, right? Like they did 3 this month, and then the 3 next month, and then that leads off to I don't know how many other announcements are left after this one. Well, there's not that many months left. There's only 4 months. So
yeah.
3 months left, right?
Yeah. What I'm hoping is that the last one is Persona 6.
Yeah. That's my same thing. Like,
I have a bad feeling they're gonna do what they did with Persona 5, where they just show you a screen with some text, and then it says it's coming, like, kind of soon, but then it gets super delayed. Like, I know as soon as that, like, if that's what they do for that announcement, I'm just gonna make a tweet, and it's gonna be like, all right, everyone, time to place your bets on how much this is gonna get delayed.
Yeah, I hate those kind of announcements, and they've been doing better about it. For example, Soul Hackers 2 was like the perfect way to announce a game. They literally just like, here's a little teaser, something Soul Hackers is coming. They like a few days later, they actually dropped announcement with dates, the gameplay. You could see everything. You're like, okay, I'm sold. That was perfect for me. I do not want another like teaser with like the text Persona 6 and that's it.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. Dude, I remember how excited everyone got. I'm like, guys, do not be surprised if we don't get info on this for a while, which is
Yeah,
exactly what happened.
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
But
Yeah,
even then, I didn't expect that we would go that long without info. But
yeah. On
Tokyo
retrospective,
Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem.
oh, dude, don't remind me of that. That one does hurt. That one does hurt because I think my comment's still there probably. Just me being hyped.
Yeah,
Very excited for that.
I like how if you go to the I don't know if it still is, but last time I checked that trailer, the top comment was, "This is why I have trust issues."
No, it is. It is. I mean, not a bad game. It's just not the game that we were promised. That's I'm still gonna sit on that hill.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, that could have easily been a Shin Megami Tensei spinoff. It didn't need to be the crossover.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know. Do you think they will ever do another crossover quote like that or something like that?
I I mean, no, I think if they do any more crossovers, it's probably just going to be like collaborations with other games. But I mean, I think if they wanted to do a Fire Emblem crossover, it's not too late. But given how hellish the development of TMS was, I don't imagine Atlus and Intelligent Systems would want to work together again.
Hmm. No. What do you think about like other Atlas games? Not Persona, but other games like Etrian Odyssey or the Vanillaware games.
Well, I think Etrian Odyssey kind of falls into the same category as the Persona Q games, with like because a lot of the gameplay of that relies on the touchscreen. Vanillaware games I can maybe see. Like, I'm honestly kind of surprised that 13 Sentinels hasn't come to PC yet. But
Yeah, me too. I expected them to do whenever they did the Switch port. I expected them to do Switch and PC. I was shocked that it was only Switch.
yeah, like I can definitely see PC and Xbox ports of 13 Sentinels and Dragon's Crown. But I mean I would like to see Trauma Center 2, but that's again that heavily relies on the Wii remote. And I mean they could make it work with the Switch, but that depends on whether or not Atlus is actually willing to go through with that.
Yeah, it goes back to the is Atlas willing to put the effort into making these games playable on the new generation or different kind of console? Because
yeah, go ahead.
it can also go on like the bad direction. Like I don't know if you ever played the Worlds with you, like not the new one, but the old one, but on Switch. It really didn't work really well, and they had like the touchscreen and in the Switch and everything. And this is the kind of stuff that leads me to not want games like that. I'm like, because I was so disappointed for that. I really like the game, the original game on the DS, and I'm having it now played on the Switch. I'm like, the experience was completely bogged down by both the Joy Cons and like the touchpad and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, maybe it's not a great idea, but I don't know what else they will do because Etrian and Odyssey are great games. But also like you need two screens, and even if they fit it on one screen, there's a lot of functions for like the touchpad and like building your map and everything like that. Same thing with the Persona Q games. You know, there's a lot of interaction as far as like the dungeoning and how it works and the exploration and everything. So
Right.
yeah, those games I don't know if they just die on the 3DS, I guess. Unless they make a good way to work it out, but I don't see it working it out.
Yeah, well, it looks like the best way to preserve 3DS games is emulation.
Yeah, something like emulation or something like that. Which again, I don't know. That's just no money there for Atlas, right?
Right.
Yeah,
But sorry. What I was gonna say earlier was like a lot of the other like quote unquote Atlas games that I'd like to see. I don't know if they actually own the publishing rights to anymore. Like I would love to see a PC port of Operation Darkness, or to see that become backwards compatible, because that's a game that Atlus published back in 2008. But again, I don't actually know if Atlus still owns the rights to that. And just there are just a lot of 3 Game Heroes. That's another one. That's a From Software game.
Interesting.
Yeah, like Atlus, like a lot of the obscure like third party games that Atlus published back in
Yeah.
the back in like the late 2000s and early 2010s.
Yeah, I doubt they will have the rights for that anymore. I will be down if they did other games. For example, in the leak for the SMT 5, they also had Catherine Full Body on that same leak for PC. I can
Yeah,
see that happening, although we already have Catherine Classic. So I
yeah,
don't know.
that came out on PC like right before Full Body did.
That was just a slap in the face for PC players.
Yeah, it
'Cause that
would
was,
be. It would imagine if they did port Persona 5 to Switch, but it was Persona 5 Classic. That
yeah.
would be just a huge kick in the balls.
So I'll be just reading a comment here from the Gamer FE, Fire Emblem. I'm gonna assume, I don't know, or maybe Iron. I don't know why so many people think they are coming to Game. They're only coming to Game Pass. Not only are the Game Pass and Windows separately listed. Oh, the reason why they are doing Game Pass and Windows separately is because the store is called the Windows Store. That's why. That's why it's separately. Uh,
No.
no, I'm so I don't know. I maybe a confusion from the gamer, but I'm assuming that it's only on Game Pass, not only on Game Pass, but only on Xbox ecosystem. You know, like the PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure Game Pass is on PC because I know my computer came with like 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for free.
yeah. But the reason why they put Microsoft, I'm sorry, they put Windows PC, is because they have to put it there. You know,
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah. So it's just like I guess it's just for advertisement purposes and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be on Steam, but if it is, I still like it wouldn't make sense because with the Game Pass thing, you only have to pay like $15 a month and you can play the games. And I don't
Uh,
know, it's a digital game, so it doesn't matter when you own the game really. Do you own games that are digital? That's like a whole like other discussion, I guess. But
yeah. Well, I mean, there are a few games that I own digitally on PC that I still like own physically just so I can have them physically, like Persona 4 Golden.
yeah, right. I was gonna joke. I was gonna be like, oh man, am I gonna have to buy Persona 4 Golden again? Buy it on Xbox. Oh, Persona 4. I have like so many copies of that. I have the PlayStation 2 version, the PlayStation 3 version, the PS Vita version, the Steam
Yeah.
version. I'm gonna buy it
Well,
on.
well, I mean, Soul Hackers 2, I'm probably going to be playing that on PC, but the special edition I ordered is with the Xbox One version. And I'm
Was it?
probably like,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I don't see myself ever putting it in my Xbox, like, unless I just want to experiment or something like that. But, I mean, I have it. It's not like it's actually, like, mine. It's not part of it's not some piece of digital code that I technically own. It's tied to my account. Because, I mean, because another thing is, like, let's say if Steam were to ever go down or Atlus were to just say, fuck it, and just pull it from the store, I mean, the game goes with it, you know?
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's
But,
that's
I
why I
mean,
never felt
but yeah, that,
super.
like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's why I never really trusting about like the digital market, because I'm like, so at some point, like, what if like something happens and like they break up? Like, look at like the people that bought into like this the Google Stadia, and Google Stadia basically like they killed it, right? Like it's still there, but like obviously they're not making stuff for it
Yeah,
anymore and everything.
Google, I guarantee you, Google is going to kill support with it within a year.
Yeah, and for that one, you not only do you have to pay a subscription, you also pay for the games separately as a digital
Yeah,
thing. So like those games are gone. I mean, once they pull the plug on it, I really doubt that Google is just gonna keep the servers running just for people to play their games on it. Um,
yeah. I mean, and also, let's not forget, PT was a reminder of what a digital future would be like.
yeah, I don't know. I personally don't feel super good about digital only games, but I'm really hoping that they do for the sake of of preservation, some like releases of these games physically. Like even though I don't have an Xbox, I will buy Persona 3, 4, and 5 physically if I have to.
Yeah. Well, if they come out physically,
they come out. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're all only speculating here. I'm not saying that it won't. But I don't know. I don't know about the whole Steam situation and Xbox situation. I'm just saying if Xbox pays for exclusivity, I wouldn't let it go to Steam because they're already paying for exclusivity. There's a lot of games on Xbox Game Pass that are not a lot, but a few games that don't come right away to Steam anymore. And they stay through the Xbox Game Pass thing until later dates. I know because I played a lot of Xbox Game Pass games lately, and so some of you may not play them, may not know, but I pay for it monthly, and I do see some games that don't go on Steam right away. Yeah, so that's my take on that. I don't know. I'm excited overall. I feel like it's a great announcement. I feel bad for Japanese players now. Looking at the comments on the Twitter,
like what are they saying?
Well, nobody owns. How many Xbox are like in Japan?
I don't even think the Xbox One is outsold the Virtual Boy in Japan.
Yeah, so like, there's a lot of people asking for like, where's the Switch version or where's the PS5 version? So I feel bad because that to me, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna hurt for them. But also, like, you guys already have so many announcements. Enjoy your announcements. Enjoy your merch and your Sakura whatever. What is it called? Sakura Festival or something like that? I don't know. I'm just being mean right now, but I'm playing. It's fine. I feel bad, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to buy some Xbox. I wonder if Japanese fans will buy Xbox to play Persona games. Like, will they go out of their way to do it?
I imagine they're probably just going to get the PC versions, like assuming it has Japanese support, which I mean, I'm pretty sure it does. But I mean, okay, this is just a free guess, but like, aren't most like visual novels on PC?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they are.
Like, I mean, I don't think PC gaming is completely foreign to Japanese players.
Yeah. I'm sure there is a PC market in Japan, but I also don't think everybody just has a PC for gaming.
Yeah, well, I mean, visual novels you usually run on potato.
Oh, right, you're right. Yeah, they do it run like the lowest settings and everything, which makes sense with Persona 3. Is a visual novel. So I feel like at least portable, they should be able to at least play that game.
Yeah.
On I don't know. I wonder if like the trailer looked like they added HD graphics to it.
Or like mods. I can't. Well, just by looking at it, I can tell that it's a better resolution than the PSP version of Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I'm like, it looks better, but who knows? Who knows? I'm curious. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys, as far as like the discussion here. Very excited for these games. I think that it's gonna be awesome for bring new players. I wonder if we're gonna get Xbox fans like into the Persona games or something. I don't know. I don't count on it, but I'm curious. Like, if any Xbox fans are like, yeah, I finally get to play Persona 5 Royal or something. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone say that, but I'm curious. All I've seen is Persona fans trying to buy Xboxes. So I don't know much about that. Nearly, thank you so much for coming, man. I appreciate it. A very, very last minute podcast, but I wanted to kind of chat with you and talk about the announcement. I feel like it's a cool announcement with some ups and some downs from some people.
Yeah.
But I think the next one should be, again, like you said, Persona 1, 2, and 3 as a port bundle or something like that on Xbox. I think it will make sense, and looking at like the history with Xbox and Sega, what they've done so far, where they literally bring every single game on that series, I'm thinking maybe that's the right direction. And it will make more sense to start with 3, 4, and 5 being the more popular ones.
Yeah.
to kind of gauge the market and everything. I guess it will make sense. At least to me, like it makes sense. But yeah, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for coming here. You guys have been amazing with your comments and your donations. Really do appreciate that. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, guys. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.